A very good morning, dear students. In decimal fractions, we have learnt up to the conversion of rupees into paise or paise into rupees, meters into centimeters, centimeters into meters, right? Now, today we shall move on to the next part of the lesson, that is how to convert half or quarter or 3/4 or 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 into decimal fractions. So let's begin by taking half. Now you have learned in fractions that half is written as 1/2. Half is written as 1/2. Now how to convert this 1/2 in decimal fractions? You know, for a decimal fraction, the denominator has to be either 10 or 10 times multiples of 10. Correct? No? So here we can make the multiple of 2 as 10, because in 2's table you know 10 comes. So therefore we can make these 2 as 10 by just multiplying it with 5. Okay, 2 5s are 10. So if we multiply 2 with 5, we get the answer 10. Okay, so let's try like that. We will multiply 2 with 10. So you keep half as it is, 1/2. Multiply 2 with 5. Okay. Now when we multiply 2 with 5, we will get the answer 10. But you see, it becomes, it is not balanced on the, numerator. To balance in the numerator, we need to multiply even 5 in the numerator. So that when we just, cancel these two, answer will be 1. So 1 into 1 is 1 and 2 into 1 will also be equal to 2. Correct, no? So therefore, to balance it, if we are multiplying any number in the denominator, we have to multiply the same number in the numerator. Fine. Or even if something is multiplied in the numerator, same number should be multiplied in the denominator. Remember this, dear students. Okay. Now to make 2 as 10, we have to multiply it with 5. Okay. So that we can get it 10. Fine. And same number we have to multiply the numerator. Now what answer we will get, we will see. Okay. So 1 into 5 becomes 5, or 1 5s are 5, or 5 1s are 5, and 2 5s are 10. Okay. 2 5s are 10. Now you know that to convert 5 by 10, how we can convert this? We have learned about the conversion of a fraction into a decimal form. Now we can convert this very easily. It is nothing but, here 1 0 is there. So decimal point first you put, and then 5 is in 10th place. You will write the first decimal place is always a 10th place. So 5 will write here, and since no whole number is here, we will write here as 0. So it becomes 0.5. Correct? So isn't it easy to convert half into a decimal form? Yes, very easy. Just you have to make the denominator to either 10 or 100 or 1000 and so on. Okay. So here I can make the denominator even 100. But if I want this 100, instead of multiplying 5, I will have to multiply with 50. Correct. So let's do like that. So what answer we are getting? Let's see. So 1/2 is equal to 1 multiplied by 50 upon 2 multiplied by 50. So the answer will be 50 multiplied by 1 is 50, or 1 multiplied by 50 is 50, upon 2 multiplied by 50 is 100, or 50 multiplied by 2 is 100. Now 10th place is taken by, first you write the decimal point, 10th place is taken by 5, and 100th place is taken by 0. And since there is no whole number, we write it as 0. So the answer comes to 0.50. But is the answer different? No, my dear students. Even if there is a 0 in the 100th place, it means that 0.50 is also equal to 0.5, because here this 0 does not have any value. So you can write 0.50 as also 0.5. Remember this. Fine. So this is regarding half, conversion of half into a decimal number. Let's convert now the second one, that is quarter. How quarter is written? Do you know, students? Yes, you are right. Quarter is written as 1/4. does 10 comes? No. 10 doesn't come. That means how we can convert this 4 into decimal form? This has to be either 10 or 100 as I mentioned to you. If you cannot make it 10, you can make it 100. Correct? Because 25 fours are 100. So you will have to multiply 4 by 25. Then you will get the denominator as 100. So let's try that. So 1 upon 4 we can write it as 1 upon 4 multiplied by 25. Okay. So 4 multiplied by 25 is nothing but 100. So if you are multiplying in the denominator, same number you have to multiply in the numerator also. Like this. So now what you are getting answer? You will get 25 ones are 25 upon 4 multiplied by 25 becomes 100. Okay, now it is very simple. First write the decimal point here. 2 zeros are here. So 2 zeros are taken by 2 and 5. Okay, so 25 or we will read it as now 2, 5 and here there is no whole number, so write here 0. So answer of 1 by 4 becomes in decimal form as 0.25. You are getting the answer of 1 by 4 as 0.25. Remember hence fourth number. 1/4 is also equal to 0.25. 1/4 or quarter means 0.25 in decimal form. Now let's convert the next part, that is 3 quarters. 3 quarters means nothing but 3 quarter means 3 upon 4. So it is also called as 3 quarters. Okay, 3 upon 4. So how we can, now you know you have learned by 4 we can convert it only into 100 or you can even convert to 1000, but you don't require because you are getting the nearby, that is 100. If you have to make it to 1000, then you will have to make this as 250. Okay, and after all answer remains the same as you have seen in this case. Okay, answer remains the same. So whichever is the nearby number, that you have to make it. Here nearby number is 100. Okay, we cannot make it 10 because 10 cannot be divided by 4, or in the table of 4 10 does not come. But in the table of 4, okay, 25 times you are getting what? 100. That means in table of 25 you are getting 100 4 times. Fine. Now you have learned that 4 you can convert it into 100. The same way you have to multiply here also with 25. Okay, so let's multiply 3 by 4 with 25. What we are getting is here. Also here you have to multiply 3 multiplied by 25. Now the answer becomes 3 multiplied by 25 or 25 multiplied by 3. 25 3s are 75. Okay, and 25 4s are 100. So now again write here 75. Decimal place will be 1 2 zeros and 1 2. Point will come here. There is no whole number, so you write here 0. See, I have given you many methods of writing a decimal point. That is by teaching you by 10th and 100th method, or even by finding out the zeros are here, 2 zeros are there. Therefore, the decimal point will come after 2 zeros, 1 and 2. So after 2 numbers, decimal place will come. And here, since there is no whole number, you are writing as 0. So this is how you can do with 3 quarters. Let's see now with 1 and a quarter. 1 and a quarter means more than 1. More than 1. So 1 and a quarter, how you can write 1 and a quarter? We can write 1 and a quarter like this. Okay. So 1 and a quarter, I will show you here only. 1 and a quarter means a mixed fraction. 1 and 1/4. 1 and a quarter means 1 and 1/4. So which is also equal to 1. Okay. 1 and a quarter means it becomes 1 is a whole number here, and quarter you have already learned that it is 0.25. So you have to write here 0.25. Very easy, right? So no need to now do all the time all this way. Now you have learned that a quarter means what? Quarter is 0.25. Since here there was no whole number, we were writing 0. Now here there is a whole number 1. So you write in place of 0, you will write here 1, and a quarter means 0.25. Correct? So isn't it very easy? Yes, it is very easy to write. So 1 and 1/4 is equal to 1.25. Okay. Now let's go for the next one. That is more than this. Okay. Here it is only written 1 and 1/4. But we will take even 1 and half. 1 and half, how to write? 1 and half is nothing but you write 1 in place of whole number. Half means nothing but 0.5. Okay. So you write it as 1 and half means 1.5. Okay. Fine. Now next we will go for some more examples. We will take now 1 and 3/4. How much is 1 and 3/4? 1 and 3/4 is written as 1 and 3/4 is 3/4. So 1 and 3/4 is equal to, you write this whole number in which place is 1. 0.10 place is 3/4. 3/4 or 3/4 is nothing but 0.75. So you write here 0.75. Okay. So this way easily you can write any number. So let's take more example. Like for example, I will take now 3 and half. 3 and half will be 3 and half. Like this mixed fraction will be written as 3 and half, which is also equal to, in place of unit we have 3 and half means 0.5. So write 3.5. So this way easily you can write any given fraction or that is quarter, half, 3/4, 1 and 1/4, 1 and a half, 1 and 3/4, whatever in the form of decimal numbers. Only thing you have to remember that half means 0.5, quarter means 0.25, 3/4 means 0.75. This much if you remember, later on you can, even if any number is given, big number is given, it is very easy to solve. Like for example, now there is problem set number 40. We will see now problem set number 40. Any one example we will take, the biggest one we will take, that is 6th question, that is 16.25. How to write it? 16.25. It's very simple. What you have to do is that 16.25 will be 16.25 means you write it as 16.25 this way, and you know now in place of whole numbers, units place is 6, tens place is 1, and 1/4 means 0.25. So this way you are supposed to write the quarter, half, 3/4 and so on in the form of decimal numbers. Isn't it easy, student? Yes. Now we will move on to the next part of the lesson, that is addition of fractions. Okay. Now let me start with an example. Now suppose if you buy a pencil for around 2.5 rupees and a pen for around 4.5 rupees. How much is the cost? Now let's see. Now you know half and half means 1. You have learnt it already in fractions, that half and half, half plus half is 1. Okay. So that you keep aside. And now you have how much? 2 and 4. Okay. So 2 plus 4 is how much? 6 rupees. So 6 plus this one becomes 7 rupees. Correct? So the total cost of the pencil and the pen becomes 7 rupees. Now the same thing, let us try to solve in decimal fractions, whether the same answer is coming or not. Right? So we'll write as, the pencil cost is 2.5. Fine. And that of plus that of the pen is 4.5. Fine. So 2.5 means nothing but 2.5. Correct. Plus 4.5 means 4.5. Now since you have not learned how to add in horizontal, we will write it vertical. So 2.5 means 2.5 plus 4.5. Okay. Now let's see how much is the answer. decimal numbers also. Now here what is the answer coming? 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. So here you are writing 0 and 1 is carried in units place. 1 is carried in units place. You write the decimal point just after the decimal place here. First decimal place is here. You are writing it as 0. Here is the decimal point. You will write the decimal point here. Okay, same way. You will not shift the decimal point here or somewhere here. You will write the decimal point as how it is over here. Fine. Now let's count this. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 and 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. So are you getting the same answer what we have just calculated? Yes, you are getting the same answer as 7.0. Okay, so 2.5 can be also written as 2.50, that is 50 paisa, 2 rupees and 50 paisa, and 4 rupees and 50 paisa. 50 becomes 100. So here even we can write this as 2.50, 4.50. So this 0 plus 0 becomes 0, and this 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, which is carried here in units place 1. So this becomes what? 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 and 1 is equal to 7. So you are getting the answer as 7 rupees. What we have calculated orally also. Same way we are getting in the decimal fraction. Now remember students, now here this is hundreds place. Hundreds place 0 plus 0 we are getting 0. But here you are getting 5 plus 5, 10. Okay, so 10 tens you are getting. You are calculating here, it is in the place of 10. So it is actually you are getting in 10th place 10 answer. So that means it is 10 tens. 10 tens is also equal to 1. Okay, I will show you like this. So 10 tens, 1 10 means 1 upon 10, correct? 1 upon 10 is 1 10. Now 10 10 will be how much? 10 10 will be 10 upon 10, and 10 upon 10 is also equal to 10 and 10 get cancelled. 10 ones are 10, 10 ones are 10. So answer becomes 1 upon 1, and 1 upon 1 is also equal to 1. Therefore you are getting 1 as the unit, and therefore we are carrying that 1 unit in the unit place. Okay, you are getting the whole number 1. Since you are getting whole number 1 and that is only unit, that means this one what we are getting over here 10, after adding this we are getting 10. So that one is carried over here. So you might have understood now why that one is carried here, because 10 tens becomes what? 10 tens becomes equal to 1, and that one is unit 1. So unit 1 will go and add in the unit place. That is why we have added like this 1. So this is one example. Let's take some more example and let's try to solve. So one more example we will take. So I hope you have understood this. It is 10 tens. This place is 10. Correct? And this place is 10. So you are getting 10 10. And 10 10 is nothing but 10 upon 10. So when you cancel 10 ones are 10, 10 ones are 10, you are getting answer 1 upon 1, and 1 upon 1 is also equal to 1. Okay. So therefore we are carrying on. So let's take one more example now. So another example we will take is 3.7 plus you have to add what? 12.2. 12.2 point you write first. Okay, and then write 0.2 means it will come under 10th, and 12 means 2 will come in the units place and 1 will come in the tens place. So this way you are supposed to add the decimal fraction. So now let's see over here. Now 7 plus 2 becomes 9. So it is 9 tenth, and 9 tenth becomes 9 only here. It will not get carried over here. Okay, because it has not completed 10 tenths. So it has completed only how much? 9 tenths. 9 tenths will remain here, and then you will have to write the decimal point here. Always remember students, whenever you are adding decimal fractions or even subtracting, you have to keep the decimal point below the decimal point only. only. You cannot shift the decimal point anywhere. Same place you have to write. You just have to adjust this number and accordingly you have to write the digit. Is that clear? So see that how I have written here decimal points the same way, one below the other. Same way you are supposed to write. You will never change the decimal place point. Now here 7 plus 2 becomes 9 and 3 plus 2 is nothing but 5. Correct? And this one is nothing over here, that means 0. So 1 plus 0 becomes 1. So the answer is 15.9. Isn't it easy? Correct, no? The same way how you are adding whole numbers, same way you have to add even the decimal numbers. Let's take one more example, okay? We will take now from the exercise problem set number 41, question number 2. 23.4 plus 87.9. 23.4, okay, plus 87.9. Okay, we will write this. Now it is very simple. So first you write the decimal point of both the numbers like this. Okay, of the first number we will write down here 23 and then 0.4. If you are getting confused, first write the decimal point. Then you place the numbers. Then 87.9 will be 0.9. So that means in the 10th place only. 7 is in units place, 8 is in tens place. Now add them. Once you add them, you get the answer. 9 plus 4 is equal to 13 now. You are getting what? 13. You are getting the answer 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. Now in 13, how many tens are there? You have 1 10 and plus 1 unit, that is 3. Sorry, not unit here. In the case of this will become what? This is 10 and this is 100. 3 is in 100th place it is coming and 1 is coming in 10th place. So you have 1/10, that is 1 upon 10 and this becomes what? 3 upon 100. Okay, fine. So what you are getting now? 10 tens you are getting. 10 tens, 10 plus 3 you are getting. Correct now? So it becomes 10 10. So 10 10 also is equal to 1 unit. You have learned. And 3 upon this remains the same. 3 10 remains the same. What you have to write here is 3 remains here. And what goes here is 10 10, which is considered as 1 unit. So now we are getting the answer 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. So 3 remains here, 1 goes here up and this becomes the what? 3 plus 7 is 10 and 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. Carried 1. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. So the answer becomes 111. Point will come here below the decimal. So this is how you are supposed to solve the addition of decimal fractions. Now one more example I will take. Now convert the following into decimal fractions and add them. That is problem set number 41 only, the first problem. 1.5 meter and 2.5 meter. How you are supposed to solve this? First problem from question number 1. First one is 1.5 meter and 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters. First of all, you write it in terms of 1.5 means 1.5 like this. Okay. Plus 2.5 is 2.5. So 2.5. So how you can write this in decimal form? You have just now learned that is 1.5 means 1.5 and 2.5 means plus 2.5. Fine. So now you can easily add this in vertical if you want. We'll show you 1.5 plus 2.5. Okay, so 5 plus 5 equal to 10. So carried 1. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 and plus 1 is equal to 4. Decimal point will come below the decimal point. So the answer is equal to 4.0 meters. Okay, 4.0 meters is the answer. So I hope so you have understood about adding fractions. Now let us learn about subtraction of fractions.